I've not even got my microphone on, have I?
I need my brew. Oh. Is it weird of me to shut the door so I'm like in here then? Okay. Let's have a minute to relax. You don't drink tea, I don't trust you. Maybe I will. It depends on who you are.
Girls with me, she's all fully nice. If I turn the charm on, then it's off with her type. You better talk to me nice.
I feel like this video needs an introduction because I'm already sort of, I'd say, 90% of the way through with the Evo in terms of actually making it reliable. And then I'd say I've not even started with all of these like aesthetic mods that I would like to do with the Evo. But I'm going to start this from the beginning. This will be a video on me trying to fix this intermittent idle issue that I have with the Evo. It started actually in winter of 2024. So I used to store it at Weaver Car Storage, and they are amazing people, amazing storage unit. Shout out to them because they really did look after the car. And I got a Christmas card as well, which I wasn't expecting, which was really cute. But I did end up getting the Christmas card in like mid to late Jan because I didn't see the car for ages. So some people visit their cars, some people don't visit their cars. But obviously I was going to go and visit. So I go and see it. It's probably about the second or third time I've gone to see it because I usually go there, I usually start the car, I usually rock it backwards and forwards, as in like roll it, because I don't want flat spots on the tyres, which they do allow you to do at Weaver. The first issue of this idle was I went to go and see it. Fine, didn't expect anything to go wrong, just did a quick check of fluids, started her up, I let her idle, and then I thought I could hear when I was sort of walking around, and I always cleaned the windows while I'm there because they put like quite a nice indoor cover on top, but your windows still get quite dirty. So I was wiping down my windows. I thought, the RPMs are sort of like slowing down. Maybe I should turn that off. So yeah, I was like, why are my RPMs dipping? And I thought, there's no way the car is going to die, right? And I was looking in the engine bay and I was like, it's going to die. And I jumped into the driver's seat, I put some throttle input in, and it would just want to die immediately. If I didn't put any throttle input in, it'd just die. And I thought, well, one, that's not ideal. Two, it's in storage, so I can't actually work on my car in the storage facility because they don't have the insurance for you to do that. And I thought, this is going to be an absolute ball ache if whatever is stuck or whatever is broken, if I can't fix it, to take it back home because it's about an hour drive. And I thought, well, this is not ideal. So there was nothing I could do because I didn't bring any tools or do anything, but I knew it was something to do with my idle control valve because when I bought the car, the test drive was actually, it had the same issue when I went for the test drive. As soon as you come to a stop, you have to pick it up with your revs, otherwise it'll die immediately. So I thought, well, that seems pretty similar. So I thought, you know what, maybe they've put a cheap replacement in and that's why it's not lasted very long. So I bought the car in 2022 and then it's died in 2025. I don't know if that's good, I don't know if that's bad. However, in this video, I'll be investigating this and seeing if that is actually the problem or not, because initially that did seem to be really strong in that being the problem. However, in the 2025 season just gone, it was an absolute nightmare with it being so intermittent. It would have other problems that came along with it that I possibly thought maybe it was something else of a problem. So in this video, you'll see me work through it all. I've got videos all from last year when essentially I had to disconnect and reconnect the battery, and then you have to go through this whole stage or stages of letting the idle relearn itself. And I was doing that by the end of the year. It was every time I was taking the car out, even if it was like a week. So I take it out at a weekend, obviously it sits for a week, another weekend comes, start the car, it doesn't want to idle. But the issue that I had was that it never searched for an idle. So usually the traits are it can't settle on an idle, it's just bumping up and down, it doesn't know where it wants to sit, it doesn't know where to settle. Mine never did that at all. And another mystery is that every time I pressed the throttle, so it would idle completely normal on a cold start. If I was to put any throttle input in, it would die immediately. Now, I thought that could potentially be like a throttle position sensor issue or something along those lines, where it almost seems like the car doesn't know where the throttle is positioned and then it just dies immediately. And I mean like immediately. Even when, so you've seen my other video where I drove the car into the garage and it doesn't want to idle, it doesn't want to sort of live, it just wants to rest and sleep. And at the end of the video, it decides it wants to idle again, which, why would it just decide that it works okay? And then I do a little cheeky rev in the garage for the first time, and then immediately, as soon as those revs drop, it dies. Car cuts off. And then to start your car up again, you literally have to pick up your RPMs with your throttle, but you'd have to keep it there and hold your foot steady, otherwise it would die again. I thought, this needs a bit more investigating, essentially. So, where do I start? That was my next question. Where do I bloody start with this? Because I have this thing where, so this car means a lot to me, right? And I didn't want to investigate the problem if it was going to be like a terminal problem, because in my head, I will go to worst case scenario, even though it's not happened. So I was thinking, I'm not going to be able to get the car out next year, it's never going to idle. I keep thinking that there's something really catastrophically wrong with it, even though I've not even investigated any problem whatsoever yet. I don't want to investigate it in case it is terminal, which it won't be because it's literally just idle. The car is completely fine other than that. But that was sort of partly the reason why I was procrastinating so much with doing all the work on the car and trying to fix this issue, which makes the car undrivable, essentially. I finally got round to actually having a look at the car last weekend, and I may have potentially gotten to the bottom of the problem. I'm still not 100% convinced, because all of last year, every time I obviously reset the battery and reset the idle, I'd always get some false hope of it being fine until I come to start it in a few days and it's dead again. Got round to doing that. I got round to actually doing a service on the car as well, because I changed my hydraulic lifters, which is also in a video that I've posted. Looking back at that video, obviously it's one of my first ever speaking, talking, explaining YouTube videos, and it is a bit stiff, so I apologise if it's a bit of a hard watch at some points, but you know, we're all learning. I'm trying to get used to speaking in front of the camera. As you'll see in the next clips, I do a service because I put quite a thick oil in that the car hated. Another problem I had was that on a cold start, because obviously it would idle on a cold start, and then as soon as it came off its cold start, it would die. So when it was on a cold start, if I was to put any throttle input in, obviously it raises your RPM, it comes down to your rest and idle. When it came down to resting, the engine management light will come on, right? Which points to oil pressure issues. I literally record everything that's not normal with this car, just so I have sort of a diary of what it's actually doing, because cars are dicks. So when you actually have a problem and you're not recording and you go and take it to a garage or you go and bring your mate round and you're like, watch this, it will never do it again. It won't. It will not do it. So I have all the recordings of that. So I thought, oh no, I changed the hydraulic lifters. Maybe I've done something wrong with the hydraulic lifters. But everything seems to be okay for now. Service is done. It has the oil it should have in it now. So that's nice. And then I did a little bit of investigating with the idle control valve. Now, this isn't the case for all Evos. I've known people who have never had an idle issue. I've known people who have. It's just this car in particular. Not really sure why. Your idle control valve is actually positioned underneath of your throttle body with 4 screws. Now that is an absolute bastard to have to get to because you have to take your throttle body off. Or, like one person on YouTube, there's one tutorial or there's one video on YouTube that talks you through how to replace it, and he rounds off all 4 bolts with the spline, completely rounds them all off. So I thought, yep, there's no way I'm going to do that, but you'll see in the video how I end up taking a part of this idle control valve off and replace it with one that I have. Now I will say the one that I bought is an eBay one. Don't come at me, okay? Yes, it's an eBay one. And why I bought an eBay one is because I did not know that this was going to be the problem. So I'm not going to go out of my way and going to spend hundreds of pounds on a part that I don't know or that I can't guarantee that that is the problem with it. Now that I know, potentially, you'll have to watch the video, that that was the problem, then I know next time when it dies, because it will die sooner, because it's cheaper, maybe, that I can get either a genuine or a very good copy of genuine. Because I know that that's the problem now. And unless you've got loads of money, fair enough, but you can't go around spending all your money willy-nilly on all these parts and then it turns out not to be that part. I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do this as a little series potentially, so this will be obviously the service and trying to fix the main idle problem, which is what makes the car undrivable. Everything else is like a bonus to me, and I have so many goodies to fit to this car, and I am so excited. I have steering wheel, I have braided brake lines, I have new weather strips. Oh, I'm so excited to put them on. We've got some Alcantara to retrim my door cards, because all of them pieces that were on from factory, they were re-glued and then they sort of fell off and then the material shrank and they looked god awful. So I've got loads of good stuff to come. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's not too boring. Like I say in all my other intros, we're literally chilling here, okay? We have no expectations whatsoever. We're just trying to make this car drivable for 2026, and hopefully I can get out and see some of you guys out and about at shows, and essentially I'm just not going to be miserable, because last year was misery. I couldn't take the car out when I wanted to take the car out, and now I can, because I will just be able to turn key and go. So I'll leave you guys be. Enjoy the video. Let me know down in the comments what other bits and pieces that you'd like to see on the Evo. I even have little fog light covers, which I'm super excited to see. And yeah, lots of other good stuff. But I hope you enjoy this video. I'll see you in the next one.
I feel my skin tight, my coat is inside, but I look up at you, I tracked your plane ride for when you're in tonight. Tell me when is the next time I run to you? It sounds insane, right? I'll take the same flight, wait at your bedside. I'll land right next
First
to
things
you.
first, changing the oil. Wait. It is first things first. What are you saying? Starts first. I might open the back door, actually, just so I don't kill you with fumes. It slams shut. It's not my fault. I was going to try and jack it up from the rear, but I've decided not to do that. So we'll see if that's going to be a hindrance or not. Probably not, but we'll see. Is it beeping because I got the door open? Ooh, that's an idle problem. So maybe it is actually an idle control issue that I do have, because it's never searched for idle like that before. You can see what I'm seeing and how it's acting. It's never really searched for an idle before. It literally doesn't know what to do. Which I'm kind of happy with, because it's never done this before, which kind of now leads me on to the whole point of it's probably the idle control valve that I have a problem with. Before today, I've never had this problem before, where it's literally searching for an idle. I've never had it searched before, so this is new to me. And it seems to be sitting okay. No, it's not. I'm putting no import in, by the way. This is the, oh, there it goes. It's gonna die if I don't put any input. It's going to die if I don't do anything. So basically, I'm holding it at an idle now with my foot. It wouldn't, if I take my foot off, it will die. I've got a little helper in the garage today, so if you hear a strange person or see a strange person in the background, Steve's with me today. He's doing a few bits on his wheels. I think he's trying to find the plug to disconnect the idle control valve, because then if there is no difference in the idle, then apparently it's a problem. But I don't know how you'd search. I don't know how that would make a difference, because currently it's not idling. So surely that wouldn't make a difference anyway. Yeah. It's not catching itself. For now, I'm just getting it warm to drain the oil, basically, because I want as much of that oil drained out as possible. And I'm changing the oil because I actually put a thicker oil into it after I changed my hydraulic lifters, and it didn't enjoy the oil. It sort of threw up an engine management light for like oil pressure. So I'm changing it to the oil I originally had in it. Hold this. Just unplugged the idle control valve. If it is that, that's a problem. It should idle. But high idle, yeah? Okay, but it is warm. It's not gonna blow up, is it? I think it's ECU related.
No, because you can redo the battery and then it'll work.
Exactly. ECU cycling.
If the ECU was dead, it wouldn't do it at all, ever. It would be like, don't know what that bit is in your ECU, I'm not doing it anymore.
Right. Oil change.
Yeah, do that for no reason.
What do you... Stop, because now it makes me sad and I want to cry because the car's broken.
Yeah.
My poor car is broken. I don't want to have to take it to a garage. That was the whole point of trying to fix it here.
You've done nothing yet, so...
Well, I have. I've just done that. Which is hoping it would be the answer to all my problems. Let's do an oil change then, I guess.
Can I have to spin it?
I'll spin you in a minute.
Speak to me when you can.
Short, will you? It's warm under here though, it's nice. Hey.
Your oil's going to be hot.
Everything's hot. Oh yeah. This scares me slightly. Oh, absolutely terrifying. Huh. Well, that's not bad. Right, I have my eye on you. you be dripping out of the bowl? Ooh. My neck hurts. Brake cleaner everywhere. Should I put a new washer on even though it's only just fresh on? You're a little crush washy. Where's the thingy thing? New crush washer on. Oh, gloves. The gloves, which are on the shelf? Pink or black? Not bothered. Just bring the bag. Ugh. These are disgustingly... Yeah. Ugh. Okay. At what point would you say is tight? Because I would say that's tight. I wouldn't want to do any more than that. That's just brilliant, isn't it?
You need to put your rubber brake pads in the bin unless you want to keep two as a spare.
Spare?
Yeah, because we've got two of them.
You're funny. Oh my god, it's so slippy. Oh, you absolute ass.
Why on earth? That's funny now. This is going to be real.
Yeah. No! As if it hit the side of the pot as well. Ah.
And you knew it was going to be heavy.
I should put it onto my hand. I did foreshadow it. The one I took off was stubbier. MZ690116. This one is MD35600. 6000, sorry.
Just like that, had it right on track, and I keep finding never had thoughts that control me until something bad left me so lonely, and I want it back. I want the old me, trying to forget.
Well, I'm going to open it, and that's my idea of opening it.
There's a million things I could say,
It's tight.
but you never really knew them. But you never really knew them felt this way.
What's that? We don't have the little tutors anymore. I mean, I kind of like it. Oh, that's delightful. It's right there on the top notch. Like perfectly on the top notch. That's doing it itself. What do you mean, worse? In what way? What's the problem, officer? What am I supposed to do about that? Just the engine is noisy. I'm not taking it apart. This is supposed to be the reliable car. Oh, it stinks. Not like that though, but yeah. It's gone down to half now. Now it's on the notch. Exactly. Nice. Now that the service was complete, I moved straight on to looking at my idle control valve. And essentially it's like a little black electrical connector plug looking thing that I'm showing you here. It's actually the idle stepper motor, which is an electromechanical device that regulates idle by managing essentially the airflow through the idle control valve. As I mentioned previously, the whole idle air control valve unit is bolted under the throttle body with them 2 4 screw holes, which you can see there. This one's actually the old one I took out, the black plug. That's the old one, hence why it's only got 1 screw in it, because I've already taken it out and replaced it at this point.
I doubt it'll come off, like, easily. You might have to wiggle it. You got it?
The spring just fell down there.
You have to get it then, don't you?
Yep. But that doesn't look like mine.
No, it looks completely different.
Oh, it's on the floor. Cool. Essentially, the reason why I decided to only take out the stepper motor from the idle control valve was essentially just to have a look at it, see if there were any differences between the new one that I've bought and the old one. As you can kind of tell, one does look a bit more worn, but the actual idle control valve itself looked perfectly fine. So I fitted the new one and then I gave it a start. Let's just give this a second. So, in hindsight, it would have probably been better if we were to do a full idle cycle again. However, we didn't end up doing that. That's why the engine sounds horrific and it does make me cringe watching it back. I do not enjoy it, but it does get better. Just stick with it. But for now, just endure my pain.
You were just literally false hoping yourself there. It shouldn't do that, so.
Why does it do that?
Oh.
So after finally coming to my senses, we decided that a full idle reset was just the way to go, basically. So I took the negative terminal off the battery and then reconnected it after about 20 minutes. And then you'll see me in the next few clips. I turn the car on, it sounds so much better, and then I start loading up the car with lights, aircon. Listen to this compared to what it used to be. What did I say? I told you it got better. So essentially I turned everything on and I did it in increments of 10 minutes, so I turned each individual thing on in the car and then I slowly started turning everything off again, and then what you're supposed to do is go for a drive. So I did end up actually going for a drive out in the car. This essentially just solidifies this whole memory making process. So you'll see me in a minute. I go off on a little jolly drive and fingers crossed this is the fix that the Evo needed all along, but we will find out after this drive.
stretch my head, blow my